This year we're planning a full-scale community development project in Kenya. This means we take a team of 10 well-trained, well-prepared volunteers with us to be able to carry out workshops, set up technology, and work hand-in-hand with local community members in order to be able to overcome some of their most pressing disadvantages. This specific project was started last year when our team was there in order to set the foundation. One of the very first things that was brought to our attention was that, among other things, this community didn't even have a school to be able to send their children to learn how to read and to write. We went there interested in community sanitation, health education, computer training, and business development, not to build a school. We certainly didn't have the plans or the funds to be able to construct a school building. But because this proved to be so important to the community, we did as much as we could do. We thought, if we can, we must. So we bought a couple bags of cement, mixed it with the sand and water from the lake, and made these huge concrete blocks, one by one, and we built a small, single-room community center. Before the construction was even completed, the magic began to happen. Again, we did not go there with any intention to build a school, but with this simple building, the community itself created their own primary school. An unemployed teacher stepped up and said, "Now that you have built a building, we are going to run a school." So we stepped back and run the school they did. Florence, our new teacher, got parents and children together and started to go to work. We supported them in buying some very basic school curriculum resources and school supplies. We committed to pay her a very modest salary, and we also committed to pay the salary of a community center manager. That's how we left it. So, let me tell you the more serious side of the story. And right now, the only part of the story that really matters. The school was started because we made blocks and built a building. As the school grew very quickly, the classes were all moved outside, as there was not enough room for everyone in our small center. It turns out that we had done enough to excite and mobilize the community towards education that they were not going to be limited by the confines of walls or roofs. The children continued to learn, and the parents were so happy. Then the government rolled up. Apparently, it's illegal for a school to operate outside. They have now told us that unless we have enough classrooms for the respective classes, we will not be allowed to continue our education program. This small school has not only been able to bring primary education to hundreds of impressionable children in rural Kenya, but it's been able to bring an excitement for learning in general, and even more importantly, has served as an icon for the community to realize how much they can accomplish themselves if they can just believe, commit, and organize. And all this because we helped them build some blocks. We couldn't bear to see this hope and vision shut down. Now, here's where you come in. We have the rest of our community development project dialed, but we still need $20,000 in order to build and set up this much needed school. We had a grant lined up, but at the last minute, it was awarded to someone else. And without a miracle, we're gonna have to show up and tell 200 students that school won't start again in September. We're so close. We have the plan and the people, we have the place and the tools, we even have our plane tickets. Right now, we're only lacking the funds to be able to make the blocks to build the school, allowing the community to take the education of their children into their own hands.